Hey, what's up guys, this is Nick at barbend.com. Today I'm going to be reviewing Whey Plus from Legion. So Legion is actually based in Florida, and it was founded by Mike Matthews a few years ago in response to what he calls low quality ingredients and junk fillers all across the protein powder market. It's actually a pretty big company though. They have a lot of different supplements, including joint support, multivitamins, BCAAs. As far as protein goes, they've got a soy-free vegan protein and a mass gainer, but this here is a standard whey. It's a whey isolate. It's sourced from small farms in Ireland. It's technically not 100% grass-fed, but the cows spend most of the year outside feeding on grass. So we have the chocolate flavor here, so I'm gonna see how it tastes with milk. It's good. It's really, it's quite creamy. It's not a very dark chocolate flavor. This also mixes very, very well. That's because it contains soy lecithin. So this product does contain soy. It's a pretty mild flavor, but yeah, I would say it's much more creamy than like dark chocolate cocoa kind of flavor. All right, so now I'm gonna see how it tastes with water. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty mild with water. You can tell, so I mix it here with whole milk. I thought maybe that was the source of the creamy taste, but it actually still tastes pretty creamy with water. So I'm impressed. It's not as mild as I was expecting it would be with water. So let's take a closer look at the nutrition label. So this is it's a whey isolate, which means it is much lower in carbs and fat than like whey concentrate, which is cheaper to make. So it has 0 grams of fat. It does have 3 grams of carbohydrates, 1 gram of fiber, and 22 grams of protein in a serving. So that's pretty good. A lot of whey isolates out there have 0 carbs, so this does have more carbs than a lot of whey isolates, but it's still very low carbohydrate. As far as micronutrients go, it's pretty high in calcium. It's 14% of your daily intake per scoop. Most brands are more like 8, 9%. So it's pretty high in calcium and pretty high in iron as well. It's got about 5% of iron in the scoop of your daily iron, which is about double a lot of the other brands. And it's about middle of the road with sodium. It's just got 125 milligrams of sodium. So let's take a look at the ingredients list. The first ingredient is, of course, non-GMO whey protein isolate. It also contains maltodextrin, which is probably the source of the extra carbohydrates, which is also non-GMO. After that, you've got cocoa bean powder, natural flavors, xanthan gum. That's like a thickener and a stabilizer. It's got some salt, there's stevia leaf extract for sweetener, and there's tapioca starch, which is an extract from the cassava root. Other than that, it contains a bit of soy lecithin to improve mixability. So, like a lot of grass-fed or almost grass-fed whey protein powders, this doesn't have any artificial fillers or sweeteners or flavors. That said, unlike a lot of these natural products, it does contain some soy lecithin, so that's something to keep in mind. It also contains gum, which in some people can cause digestive upset, but it's a pretty small percentage. All right, so as far as the price goes, this tub here is 1.9 pounds, and it costs about $40. So this is going to result in $1.33 per scoop, or 6 cents per gram of protein. It's actually very inexpensive especially for a mostly grass-fed whey that's naturally sweetened, and for an isolate, which is more expensive to make. It's a very inexpensive. It's good value for money. So what I liked about Legion's Whey Plus is it's pretty cheap for a naturally sweetened, naturally flavored whey protein powder. Again, also for a whey protein isolate, it's pretty cheap. As I said earlier, it doesn't have any artificial sweeteners or flavors or anything like that. And it's also very, very low in fat. It has 0 fat and it has no lactose either. What I wasn't quite so crazy about with Legion's Whey Plus is that it does contain some ingredients that a lot of people try to stay clear of when they're trying to get natural whey protein powders. So by that I mean it contains soy lecithin. That's really good for mixability and it made a very, very drinkable shake, but nonetheless, a lot of people try and stay clear of soy in their products. It also contains xanthan gum. Now, as I mentioned earlier, that can cause digestive upset like flatulence in some people. It's a small percentage of the population, but nonetheless, a lot of people try to include digestive enzymes with their whey protein powders to minimize those sorts of effects. And this doesn't contain any digestive enzymes. So if you have a very, very sensitive stomach, this might not be for you. All right, those are my thoughts on Legion's Whey Plus. For the full review, you can check out the link below at barbend.com.